In this video, I'm going to talk about our towing setup. I'm going to talk about our brake controller, how we charge our lithium battery in the caravan from the solar panel. I'm going to talk about a weight distribution hitch, all about it, why is it important and what is it, why do we need it? And most importantly, I'm going to talk about a really basic yet so important thing that a lot of people miss when towing a trailer. So without further ado, let's get to it. So we're going to start by looking into a brake controller. Now a brake controller is a tiny little device similar to this, and you need a brake controller if your trailer has got built-in electric brakes. It's a unit that senses when you put your foot on the brake in your vehicle, and it then sends a signal to the electric brakes of the trailer that you're towing, and depending on how much pressure you put on the brakes will also adjust the aggressiveness of the braking on the trailer. So normally they'll have a dial like this, and there'll be a digital display with a number, and the lower the number, the less aggressive the brakes of the trailer will engage when you step on the brakes, and the higher the number, the more aggressive it will be. There is like a slider switch similar to this, and all that this is when you press it like this, it then engages the electric brakes on the most aggressive setting. And the reason why this exists is if your caravan starts to sway, the best way to try and get it out of the sway is to put full brakes or engage full brakes on the trailer. And this is what it's here for. You do this, and it engages full brakes in the trailer, and the trailer slows down to a point where it should be slower than your vehicle. Then it then pulls your vehicle back and hopefully will correct that sway. There's a couple of cables behind the brake controller. One is for its power, which goes to your 12-volt electrical system, and the other one is a long cable that goes into the trailer plug at the back where the signal goes for the braking system to work. I chose a portable brake controller because I like practical things, and this way I can move it from one vehicle to another, or even if I sell this X-Trail one day, if ever I do anyway, I can remove it and I can use it in pretty much any vehicle. So in this case, the 12-volt goes into the cigarette lighter socket, and I've got a loose long cable here, and the other end of it goes into my trailer plug at the back of the vehicle. You might remember from a few months ago, I did a review of a 200-watt bifacial solar panel from Vic Off-Road, and I mounted it on top of the X-Trail. Well, I'm glad to report that I'm still happy with it. It did a good job in charging our 200 amp hour battery, lithium battery in the caravan. Not only did it charge the batteries while we were traveling, but even when we were packed up for about a month and a half and we were totally off grid, and even during overcast days like today, it really did a good job in making sure that the batteries are topped up. So basically, from the panel we had a cable that runs into the boot of the X-Trail and then exits out into the drawbar, which plugs into an Anderson plug, and that then connects straight into my solar charge controller. A weight distribution hitch. Now what is it and when do we need it? Generally speaking, the bigger and the heavier your trailer is, the more weight is going to be put on your tow ball, which means that the back of your vehicle will sag and the front of your vehicle will raise. That imbalances your vehicle, and that affects your steering, your handling, the traction, your braking. It consumes more fuel and it wears your tires more. In an ideal world, you want the vehicle and the trailer to be level, and that's the job of the weight distribution hitch. It raises the back of your vehicle up so that then it makes your vehicle as level as possible to make it as balanced as possible. Now, one of the simplest things that a lot of people still get wrong is how to properly load your caravan or your trailer. And it's not rocket science, it's so simple, but just by following the simple things can avoid a lot of towing related accidents. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen these videos circling around the internet for a while, wherein they put weight in the front of the trailer and the back of the trailer and also the middle, and it shows you the effects of it and how it basically affects the stability of a trailer. Now, it is very simple, guys, okay? So a lot of you know this already, but I'm gonna just explain it for the ones who, just in case you don't know. The best place to put bulk of the weight in a trailer would be in line or on top of where the axles are, as low as possible on top of where the axles are. So when you load your trailer, let's just take a caravan for example, you put your heaviest items down low in the middle, in line of where the axle is. So what I did was I've put all the heavy liquids, so like water storage, tin can food and stuff like that, shove it in here. And even when I redid the battery system or the electrical system of my caravan, I put my lithium battery as close to where the axle is as possible, which is kind of in line here. Now then, once you've loaded it up in the middle, you move to the front. It's better to load up the front than the back. You want the lightest items on the back. So at the front of my caravan is where the kitchen is. A lot of caravans are laid out like this anyway. So that's where your fridge is, you know, your pantry is, your microwave, your plates and cups and whatever. So that's where you put them. And then finally in the back, normally your clothing, your sheets, pillows and stuff like that, really light duvets and stuff like that. So as you can see up here, we got heaps of storage, and that's where I told them to put the clothes and that sort of thing. Now, the other thing too is the heavier the weight, the lower you want it to be to lower the center of gravity. So it's like your four-wheel drive. People put rooftop tents, a 360-degree awning, a massive awning on the roof. You know, some of them will load it up with spare tires, fuel, everything on the roof. It imbalances the vehicle. We all know that. It's the same with your caravan. So I don't have it, but for example, some caravans have air conditioning units. Those things are quite heavy. They'll have a few solar panels. Those things are heavy. So if you have those already on top, you really want to minimize putting heavy items on the top storage. All right, so really simple things like that. And I'll give you an example. For you guys who don't know, I actually, a year and a half of my life, I was actually driving a small truck in a trailer all around Australia. I was like a truckie in a small truck. So I do have a lot of experience towing different things. And there was this time wherein they've loaded this crate on my trailer and they forked it up and they put it just a little bit behind the axle. And I said to them, you know, I was asking them to push it forward. Anyway, they didn't do it for, long story, but it wasn't done. Started driving, and sure enough, you know, I would go through uneven roads and it started initiate a sway, sorry. So anyway, I got to the next depot and I had the guys move the pallet literally half a foot, like 6 inches closer to the axle. And my God, the difference it made in the stability of the trailer was just amazing. So that's a perfect example for me to just do these simple things that can avoid accidents on the road and just makes the whole trip safer. Most of my followers actually haven't subscribed to my channel. If you like my videos, or if you actually do follow me, please make sure you subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Watch my other videos, share it, and put comments down the bottom. Look, it really, really helps my channel grow, actually. I would really appreciate it. I hope you learned something today, guys, and I thank you for watching till the end. As always, I'll see you in the next one.